Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob, and today we're gonna be picking up a new narration series on the channel. And I'll go into why this one in particular in a second. First off, let me say that as I'm recording this, the channel is sitting on a comfy 99. So everybody who has subbed so far, thank you very much. I never expected the channel to actually, well, I hoped it would go somewhere, but I never expected it to go over 100 that quick, especially with the content I'm producing. So thank you very much. It really means a lot. I really cannot stress that enough. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get into what this is. For anybody who is tuning into this for the first time to the channel, obviously there's gonna be people down the line. Considering this is still a very small channel. This is, I do a lot of narrations on the channel, plus I'm voice acting for the stories of Arknights and its characters. So far, the biggest probably series on the channel is the biggest in length series on the channel is the main story, and this is pretty much why I picked this right now to do. The other reason being, as I'm currently recording this, the only event currently live in Arknights is the Contingency Contract 8 event, and let me just quickly rant here and say that all Lazarites can be deleted from the face of Terra forever, and no one would ever miss them except for Roy and Monique. If anything happens to Roy and Monique, I would be pissed. Everybody else, in their order, can disappear from the face of Terra. Thank you for listening to my rant. I think you can imagine why I'm saying this. Anyway. Fuck's sake. I hate those Lazarites. Ugh. Anyway. Pretty much the other main reason why I picked this up to run along the main story narration that I'm doing on the channel. Mostly because this side story is not really like impactfully important for the main story, but it will definitely flesh out things that were so far alluded to or just said in passing, or in the future will be even more alluded to and a bit broader explained, but also not too much. So yeah, this story in particular goes over W's past before we get to know her in Reunion later on, so her mercenary days. Or rather, she's still a mercenary for Reunion, just they are contracting her in a sense. Anyway, the other being, this is one of the rare side stories that is taking place actually before the main story, the main campaign of the game. Every other side story, besides A Walk in the Dust, is essentially taking place somewhere in between, or rather somewhere after episode 8, campaign 8, whatever, however you want to call it, somewhere after that period. While this one is pretty much in the past the entire way from what I remember. It's been a while. I only for this video prepped by rereading the parts that I'm gonna do today in this first episode. But yeah, it is important mostly because it shines a light on some stuff, like I said, that has not really been fully explained, or technically doesn't really get ever fully explained in the main story. It gets somewhat told and explained down the line, but not as much. But yeah, in this story we get W and her background, we get Babel, we get a kal'tsit, and we get some other things that are being mentioned throughout the main campaign. And as I said, it's one of the rare stories that takes place in the past, so kind of a unique point of view, considering most of the time when we are experiencing stuff as the Doctor, we are experiencing stuff from his, or rather, their perspective as an amnesiac and not knowing what the hell happened in their past life. So this will be an interesting, interesting trip. Let's put it that way. But yeah, once more, for people who are new to the channel, this is both a narration and amateur voice acting, so if it's too cringy, you obviously don't have to listen. That's pretty much what I can say to that. But how about we begin with this? Enough of the intro. Let's get into it. Just one final thing before we begin, before I forget it. For this very first episode, they're literally just gonna be like 3 major characters talking to each other, for major characters for the story, 2 of which have any voice actor that I can base personality on, so if I'm keep on adjusting their voices as we go on, excuse me, but that's just how it goes. I did some prep, but we'll see how it evolves over time. But yeah, let's begin with this thing, shall we? So, as per usual, let me bump up the volume, considering in the story stages the thing is gonna be very low volume. And second of all, let's read what is in front of us currently, because that is sort of like a nice little intro, right? So, today's story is the side event called Darknights Memoir. Here, this is the story of a mercenary venturing through life and death on the battlefield. This is the story of a follower, trusted by others yet failing to protect. This is the story of a dissident fighting endlessly, scorning life and death all the while. This is the story of W and her companions. So, let's get into this. First off, this always makes me kind of chuckle up, considering the stages are literally shaped like a W. But today's narration will cover the stories for stage 1 and 2. Should make up for a pretty nice, like, probably 1 hour romp from what I did in the prep for this. So, stage 1, titled Buried. So, let's begin with the pre-stage story. It's me. I've reached the target destination. I have visual confirmation of the smoke signal's coordinates. It's been a while since our last fight with the other mercenaries. We've taken some losses. But they hid plenty of supplies in the underground bunker. We won't come back empty-handed. Yeah. The scout can go on ahead. I'll catch up soon. Right. There was an unexpected casualty. W is dead. You're talking like it was hell on earth out there, but you look perfectly fine to me. Or are you talking up to get a pity bonus? Well, it's not like you had to go out of your way to leave camp to pick us up. Who asked you to be such a worrywart? I don't give a shit about anyone. Quit projecting. If W hadn't stayed behind to create an opening for us, none of us would have made it out. When did it happen? 2 hours ago, when our communications were cut off. The squad got ambushed. W blew apart the ruins and gave us a chance to escape. He fought until the bitter end. Poor guy. Yeah, if only he made it back to camp alive. His kill count was well past mine. He would have come out as top merc easy. Forget it, no point talking about that stuff now. At least he's earned his rest. With an enemy routed, we should probably bring him back. Impossible, we can't risk exposing ourselves like that. Don't want to get caught out. Why would you even want to? Were you two that close? Nobody told me. He had a bunch of loot on him, that's all I care about. It wasn't that much. Some of the other guys brought in bigger hauls. When the war ends, we can go back to the good old days. If it ever ends. We can sit around and commiserate later. We better get out of here before sunset if we don't want to be the center of attention. Head back to camp and muster the troops. Is that an order, Second Lieutenant Hodder? We've lost contact with the other squads. As of right now, I'm your commanding officer. We're the same rank. Ines, let's hurry back to the rendezvous point. Then we can contact the client again and renegotiate our deal. That's a suggestion, not an order, alright? How much do you think you can milk W's death for? A lot. He was a hell of a merc, everybody knew. At least his death won't be in vain. In that end, did he leave anything? Shh. Someone's coming. 3 o'clock. Not one of ours. Just one. Get out. Sarkas. One of the natives. No, wait. You have W's gun and knife in your hands. Who the hell are you? Not talking. Then die. Wait, hold up. She followed us here. You let her follow you? We haven't exactly been dragging our feet, but she's kept up with us purely through her own skills, even after grabbing W's gear. She's an experienced Sarkas, and I may need a local guide when it's time to bounce. Are you insane? Isn't that all the more reason to kill her right here? If you want us all dead, you might as well just do it yourself. I wouldn't dare. What if she's an assassin? What if she leads us straight into a trap? Did you forget how many people in Castle want your head? Oh, how many? There's one right in front of you. You've got a huge bounty on your head, but for the time being, I'd rather it stay on your shoulders. Don't get too fully of yourself. I appreciate your diligence and frugality, but I'm not joking around either. She took the risk of picking up W's knife and gun, the stones to walk right up to us. What are your arts telling you? Is she hostile? No sane person would just take in a totally unknown Sarkas. Yeah, that's the difference between you and me. On my way back, I gave her a whole bunch of openings, and she threw little stones at me. An interesting display of goodwill, wouldn't you agree? Huh? According to the old ways, we might want to give her a chance. This war has thinned our ranks. We could recruit some more Sarkas, just as mysterious as her, but I'd rather handpick someone myself. But she's an outsider. Our ways don't apply to... You know what? Forget it. I'm leaving in 10 minutes. I don't care how many come with me. But if you're gonna give me any more corpses to deal with, I don't care whose, you better make it quick. Huh. Quite the impatient one, aren't you? Alright, you. Listen carefully. You're holding our fallen comrades' relics there. Put them down and you can walk out of here alive. You'll have to find somewhere else to die, but at least you'll be yourself some extra time. This is your last chance. Last chance? I don't think I've ever had a choice. The second I turned around, you drew your blade and cut me down. You draw your blade. This whole time, your other hand has been on that hilt. Very good. You may have seen us before, or maybe you work for someone else. None of that concerns me. But you understand what it means to take up the weapons of the fallen, yes? Of course. In that case, prepare to evacuate first. We'll talk details later. Now, go rejoin the squad. W. There is no end to war, and there is no end to our fight. It is as if war is the tool that we have always relied on for survival. I am convinced of that. Some still harbor reservations in their heart, while others have grown accustomed to that fact. The latter live, the former die, and some people were born to play this role. What a pleasant surprise. When I saw her in those crumbling ruins, I knew for sure she would reign supreme among the Sarka's warriors. Alright, and now for the afterstage story. Several months later, 4:28 p.m., cloudy. Military buffer zone between Castle's east-west battlegrounds. A small ambush. Looks like you were right. A lot of people do seem to be after my head. What a pain. Not many of them. They must be trying to cut off the head of the snake in a hit and run. We only have half a squad left. What a perfect time to try and take me out. Too bad for them, it's just a little too perfect. Just as planned. Alright, I'll catch up with you later. The messenger of Castle should be back in a minute. What are you looking for? That corpse, that's the assassin? Yeah, I knew he'd have it on him. A note? Actually, wait, did you know this guy? Of course. We've worked together before. Went through hell together, and just a few months ago we were at the Scar Market, toasting to a job well done. He even said he wanted his daughter to marry me. That's dumb. You're a mercenary, sooner or later. Hold on, you didn't really... Of course not. I turned him down. For other reasons, of course. So, what does it say? Useful stuff, some intel from the market, gossip, things worth looking into. And what about this? They're all names. No, all pseudonyms, or code names. And there's candy drawn on the back of this. What's all this supposed to mean? The more pieces of candy, the higher the payout. It's a system only a piece of shit like him could come up with. Whoever gets the most candies is the most dangerous mercenary. Creeps like that really leave a bad taste in my mouth. But then again, this adds up to the fat stack. Who's footing the bill? Every time we complete a contract, someone will usually put up an additional sum to get rid of us. Like whoever hired us, for example. The more powerful the mercenary, the bigger the bounty. The bigger the bounty, the greater the risk. The greater the risk, the more they need to kill off the merc. And the mercs who live through all this, they become the strongest. This war has driven us to the brink of death, but it's also left room for us to survive. I guess that all works. It's the rules of the game. Hodor, mercenary, 10 candies. Tough squad, 15 candies. We're acquainted, 20 candies. Can't fault his accounting. W, the old one, taken care of. The new one is a problem. 10 candies, maybe more. Situational. Sounds like you earned your candies too. Might have something to do with those arms dealers I buried alive in the woods last month. Huh, so am I supposed to be happy about this? Arms dealers, huh? Why am I learning about this just now? I was just in the neighborhood. And you guys raid the Laterano caravans, do you bother reporting each and every one? No. Right, it's the same idea. Since this isn't technically a part of the job, it's not like us mercenaries have to share every little detail. But let me get this straight. I'm stronger than that old W, huh? Stronger or weaker doesn't tell me shit about the soldier's actual capabilities. For me, it's all about whether or not they can follow orders. Fine, fine. I'll be more thorough next time. Does that work for you? By the way, I've been wondering, what kind of person was that old W? That guy was a strange one. He was with us for a long time, hardest worker you ever met, a real good egg. He fought hard to become our team leader, racked up kills and commendations, just so we'd celebrate his birthday. A circus with a birthday. Of course it wasn't his real birthday. He wasn't that far gone. He once killed a Laterana and took his gun. I guess they had some history between them, so he decided that day was his birthday. A merc who killed a Laterana for sports, huh? Sounds like we could have been friends. There's a lot to unpack there, but for sport. Hey, gonna live in the moment. Good answer. W was one of our biggest characters. He always had that the devil may care laugh, but whenever he spoke, he could tell that there was something more lurking underneath. But he was quicker to trust than pretty much anyone else. Why's that? Because he had an obsession. Obsessed people, good or bad, are always falling into traps. Alright, just sounds like a dumbass to me. I figured you get it. Because you're the same type of person. Good at putting on airs, good at living in the moment. I am? Huh. What makes you so confident you can guess what I'm thinking? Or do you have some weird arts like Ines? You decided to kill us both that day. I thought you understood that. You're not going to let that go, are you? Reminds me of Ines. Let's head back and see how our messenger's doing. It's about to rain. That's the first time I saw her smile. The same smile as W's. Giving her a thinly veiled excuse was at least better than having her continue this numbingly dual busywork. What I needed was a mercenary who could cleave a path forward, not just another puppet. Puppets are a dime and a dozen. That was the day W became W. But Ines was right. Ridiculous. Ines, you should head back to the tent. No use staring blankly at the campfire. Can't imagine. We got good news from Casdell. Nail on the head. I could feel the messenger's anxiety after he came back. He tried not to show it, but he was scared out of his mind. Not to mention your expression. Your poker face couldn't fool a toddler. So, what's the bad news? So, I'm still alive, but our agent died in Casdell's industrial area. His corpse got thrown into a furnace. His head got melted off, but those gaudy red pants are somehow still fine. Who did it? Nobody knows when it happened. First person to find the body was one of the boiler workers. But whoever did it was quick. You have a fight of metal and it's gonna show for a while. They used a knife, and they were damn good with it. Whatever, it's not like we'll ever catch them. He wanted to hang out in Castle and didn't like to take orders, and this is what happens. Kind of funny, huh? But now, who's gonna pay us? I'm not laughing. And the next part is even less funny. When our messenger was leaving Castle after confirming the report, he ran into some friends. Some spies. I guess it's more was intercepted by than ran into. So, we've been caught again. Wouldn't be the first time. We could take the initiative here. By the looks of things, we don't have a choice. The messenger came back with an order. An order? For us? From who? Since when do we take orders from anyone? I've gone through the options. Just let me finish. They want us off the battlefield and up to a remote mountain pass. Looks like it might take us through a canyon. To protect a transport team. Escorting transports is a pretty run-of-the-mill job. There has to be more to it, right? I don't know. Excuse me. Really sorry, the situation's spiral out of control. But this could be a rare opportunity for us. Now that we're responsible for the entire team, the situation has changed. Everyone else is looking for an opening, and we can't just sit around waiting to die. You and W are in charge of this job. I have some issues here. First of all, I won't go with W. She's made some waves, but I don't think she's ready yet. She's totally proven herself. I see things you can't. I trust my arts. Order's team Pardon? Order's team shows up with a new demolitionist expert, and suddenly the battlefield is one big fiery explosion. The other mercs are all playing it cool. The battlefield changes every day, and you never know when it might swallow up your base camp. I know. She doesn't hesitate, not even when she's lying, not even when she's killing. She is too qualified as a mercenary. I can't tell how deep she is. I'm not looking for a knife in my back, and I don't think she's cut out for this escort job. No matter how great you think she is, now's not the time to send out your greenhorn. Or did you have some ulterior motives? I'm working with the tools I've got. Look at where we are. We can't leave people on these sidelines anymore. Mercs don't have a dog in the fight, really, but that also means we don't belong anywhere. When the dust settles, we'll fade away, along with the war. The difference is, war will return one day, but we have only one chance to live. I'm not going to be fatalistic about this, and neither should any of you. That's the deal. We have to play the hand we've been given, stand out from the crowd, and stake out our own positions. That group's here from Rim Billiton. I'm willing to bet they get raided not long after crossing into Castle's territory. A lot of our people won't take the job. We'll have to change the teams up a bit, but it doesn't matter in the end. It's a dangerous contract, but worth the risk. We, or at least you... Hold up. Not that I question your decisions. It's just that... forget it. Anyway, you don't need to be so uptight. I'll follow your orders as always. But first, you need to calm down, then take a look at your own feet. Oh, are you talking about my shadow? I can't read your eyes. What am I looking for? Your shadow. It's trembling. It's windy, and the campfire is flickering. You know what I'm talking about. All you suckers are like this. Don't always try to plan too far ahead. There are too many things you can't control. We're just mercenaries after all. I'll keep that in mind. So, if you want me to bring W with... Totally wrong person. So, if you want me to bring W with me, what about you? What are you planning? That's on a need-to-know basis. You're safer this way. If you can't trust the other teams, you should at least trust your own. I'm not hiding anything from you, it's just... Out with it then. Spill it. Who was it our messenger met? Babel. A sleeper cell left in Kazdal. Terribly sorry about one break there in there. I had a freaking mosquito in front of my nose. I was trying to shoo it away. Anyway, let's go over to the second stage story, titled by chance. So let's begin with the before part. Those are the same goons as last time. How'd they find us here? Hurry up and retreat, don't waste time.
They've got us surrounded and outnumbered.
Then we're gonna find a way to break through.
Their scouts took out all our sentries. We're in the dark here.
Bullshit. Are you gonna stand around and wait for the casters to fry us? To fry you? Hey, you're with Horror. What are you doing here? Where's Horror and his men? He's supposed to be... What are you doing to my comms? What gives?
Would you shut up already? Remember how I was on patrol here? That made it real easy to plant bombs all over your camp.
You... Horror, you sold us out.
Don't make it sound so bad. We're headed out on a long trip, and wouldn't you know it, some guests showed up just as we're leaving. So someone's gotta stay behind to hold the fort. Now, if we leave some snacks out for our guests like a good host, maybe that'll get them to stop chasing us. Gotta say, I appreciate all you're doing for us.
Damn you. You knew they were coming the whole time and you're just going to let us die here?
Well, at least try to put up a bit of a fight. The more you struggle, the bigger our head start. But seriously, thanks a kiloton.
I ordered you to help the teams that didn't have the time to escape, but why didn't anyone else make it out?
They volunteered to stay behind. Don't worry, I left them a little gift, so they were more than happy to help us hold off the bad guys. I doubt anyone here would be willing to sacrifice themselves. No need to lie about it. Nobody's going to blame you for sacrificing others to save your own squad. But lying to your commander is another story. You can't fool my eyes, W. You're on thin ice here. Don't forget how green you are. I'll be sure to reflect upon my actions, Captain Ines, because we'll be working together for a very long time. So, what's the plan now?
No harm, no foul. What's done is done, and it was probably going to turn out like this anyway. W might have made the right call.
Do you seriously believe that?
The Sarkas over there have nothing to do with us. Who they were, what they did, how they lived, how they died, none of our business.
Brutal.
Let's talk work first. Ines, you and W split up and lead your teams away. Messengers stay radio silent, then regroup at the rendezvous point. I'll catch up later. One more thing. I don't care what kind of mischief you get up to, how one of you exploits the other or whatever, but I won't stand for you actually directly fighting.
But indirectly is fine. Pretty lax rules.
I really hope it doesn't come to that, but it's not like I could stop it either. For now, at least, if you plan to stay alive, make good use of every last Sarkas you have. Horror has always been like this. He thinks very little about what actually matters, and wastes so much brain power on the pointless stuff. Nobody says W isn't a great fighter, but there's a lot she's missing. If she really is just an incredible Sarkas warrior,
It's not even dark out and you still gotta hide over here by the fire? Maybe you just like fire? I definitely don't like people bothering me. Your team is 3 hours late. That ambush, did you and Horder plan that?
Go ask him.
He doesn't know anything about it.
Then it must have been a coincidence. All mercs are a pain in the ass to deal with.
You cross their path and they're gonna give you shit. Oh, that's all. Here was where the hoarder sold out my position. You think that's what he should have done? Why not? How do you know we're not lying to you? You could have killed me a long time ago. Doing it now wouldn't help much, would it? What were you doing before you found us? Huh? After all we've been through, you're giving me the job interview now? Hoarder never asked about his people's pasts, but I'm not Hoarder. Yeah, you're a whole different species from us. Are you looking for trouble here? As far as I can tell, Miss Ines isn't as good as at close combat. A lesson for you. If you want to live a little longer, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Every circus mercenary carries a sword. Well, color me surprised. All this time I thought that was your staff, but... Oh, but you... a circus mercenary. I'm still pretty sure I've got you beat at close range, but... I admit I got a little careless. Well, thanks. A scratch on the arm is a pretty cheap price for that lesson. You and Hoarder are both pretty good at keeping your cards close to your chest. I'd rather talk about you. High-profile mercenaries like you are pretty much all dead by now. You've made such big waves in such a short time, but I never heard anything about you before you joined us. That's pretty suspicious. And you came looking for Hoarder. Why? You said it yourself. What? A lot of people in Castle are after his head. You dropped that bomb pretty smoothly. Why'd you change your mind? I figure I'd get what I want easier this way. And what it is you want. None of your business. You're shook. How funny. Why not make something up to dodge the question? Your arts again. Those damned eyes. My reasons have nothing to do with you. Same with my eyes. What's that? From the east, something's coming. There's more than one squad, but only one of them is the real deal. They sure are cautious. Sounds like a big gang. Just how many people did they hire? Hoarder was right. This is going to be a bigger battle yet. We're heading into uncharted territory now. You scared? Huh. Hoarder should be here soon with his squad. Tell the messenger to get back on comms. I don't remember anyone putting you in charge. Don't give me orders. Oh, whoopsie. You just keep guarding this campfire over here. I'll head down to the camp and check on the situation. That's Bubbles.
Sorry, had to take a little detour along the way. Ended up wasting a bit of time. But it's time for us to really get to work now.
Positions, everyone.
And how you doing over there?
Okay.
Judging from the blunt grass and neatly cleaved mud here, you two have been busy.
Come on, we were just parring a little as a warm-up. Definitely not fighting or anything. Right?
Don't worry, next time I'll bury you where they'll never find your body. Just to reiterate, our job is simple. Don't let anyone near our mark. Eliminate anything in the canyon that looks at you sideways. Open fire on anyone who approaches. Any questions?
So, where's our destination?
Can't disclose that. This escort task is to be carried out in stages, and our mapped route has already been passed out. After we reach our destination in 3 days, someone will connect with us.
Order. What are they transporting?
I also can't. Wait, Ines. It's a breach of contract to use your arts to probe the transport team. Don't underestimate them. Stop right now.
You said they were our regular transport team. No, This is definitely a convoy that needs protection. But this huge thing that they are transporting, I'm only seeing a shadow. A land ship? No, it's a skeleton? Alright, and to finish off today's episode with the after stage story. To the north of Kazel lies a birch forest. There the progression of life unfolds. From spring it begins, and in winter it ceases. And only death thrives in the long winters. All living things make their exodus in unison, leaving only the originium crystals speckled along the ground to reflect the somber moonlight. Pale bitter tree trunks hang lifelessly, their slender shadows intertwining and stacking upon empty expanses of snow. That is the scenery I saw. Ines! Ines! Tch. Screw you. If you're not dead yet, then wake up already. Huh? My head. What is this pain? What's going on? What happened? Nothing happened, but just in case that fall gave you amnesia, I'll give you a quick summary. We were ambushed an hour ago. They were quick. Our caster had no time to put up a barrier, and our team got split up. We're the only ones here. And the comms? Jammed. I don't know how they're doing it, but we're definitely up against pros. At least more professional than any of our prey before. But the good news is they didn't go straight for the convoy. Looks like they got a tip or something, but not the details. Go ahead, find a way to meet up with the others. Oh, I figured you'd doubt me, at least a little. Guess I'll leave you as bait. Who do you think would survive if we fought? Obviously. You really should do something about that nasty personality of yours. You can tell I'm injured that easy. Oh, so it hurts that bad, huh? I figured you had some control over your emotions, like you could fake them. Guess I was being more careful than I needed to be. Do you always scan your teammates with arts as soon as you wake up? Now that's a mark of trust, boss. Force of habit. So that's why, huh? The first thing you do after you open your eyes is surveil your surroundings. What a coward. Hey, that hurts. You set bait, right? Not a bad idea. No point in dragging along a merc who can't even stand up straight. You stay here for a second and I'll call in the enemy. Hope you guys get along nicely. Can't have you dying on me too quickly. See you later, W. Oh, one last thing. I never trusted you. Hey, you little...
I found a mercenary, just one. Confirmation, it's W.
That was fast. Or rather, you've been following us the whole time, huh?
Letting a few of them go was well worth it, if it means we can get our hands on an HVT like you. I was gonna follow you back to the rest of your team, never expected them to just abandon one of their own. Tell me everything you know about them and you might get a quick death.
Well, there's the trouble, huh? I'd love for us to be honest with each other, but the truth is that I don't know anything.
You're badly wounded, and we don't have time to waste. You might die if we torture you on the spot, and I'm sure nobody wants that.
In that case, you should chase down that woman. She knows more than I do.
Don't you resent her for using you as bait? You will have a better time if you work with us.
Bait, huh? Say, have you ever baited originium slugs with industrial residue before?
What are you talking about?
It's kind of a castle folk thing. We get originium slugs infestations, you know? Wild originium slugs are pretty dumb and they like originium. But setting that aside, do you know what happens to the poor slugs that are lured over?
Don't mince words with...
they get blown apart, just like your buddies over there.
What? When did you...
Hey, you even said I was bait. Didn't you think that meant a trap? Probably should have killed me sooner or ran off, I guess. Here, I'll give you another chance. Let's take it from the top. So fast? Have you been chasing us this whole time?
You're insane. Who's behind me?
Hush, no sudden movements. It's kind of a beginner's sword, but I'm not so good with a blade. If my hand slips, you die.
When did you...
I'm pretty close with the shadows. Did you really think you'd be able to catch me without a scout? Speak up. Who's your master?
I'll never...
Easy there. How's a guy supposed to talk with... talk if you turn his organs to mush?
Kazdal will never forgive you.
Kazdal. Thank you. You really suck at torture. Damn, you're still alive. You could have let him kill me first. Too bad you're so impatient. Of course I'd rather kill them first. These insects have taken too much from us. When the enemy shows you an opening, any merc worth her salt would kill him, no? Huh. You really do have a bit of sarcasm in you, huh?
Rubbed off on me?
That wasn't exactly quite. I bet more of them are on the way. Quiet. Isn't that what we want? Keep them away from the objective. He said he let a couple get away. That means the rest are dead. He wasn't good enough to take down that many of our people, and he was definitely scared. There's something else out here. Phew. Were you really faking your injury? No, you can't just fake an open wound away. This is all mind over matter. But let's talk about you. Did you really know that I had a present ready for them as soon as you woke up? If I didn't wake up, I would have been the bait. I definitely would have waited for you to die before springing the trap. If one day you meet someone who actually could read your mind, you wouldn't be a match for her. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Can you feel around with your arts? As if I wasn't going to do that already. No. That's the look that usually means we're boned. You got that right. But there's no running now. We press on. And you suck at fighting, so it's all up to me. Head west. We might be able to turn this around with Hoarder and his team. And if we can't find them, then we die.
We wiped out half the escort team, but we couldn't stop the convoy before point A5. They threw out a lot of decoys. Some of the most well-guarded ones were fakes. Either Babel's pulling some next-level strats, or the real ones doesn't even need protection. Yeah, we need to end this fast. Though we could leave mop-up operations to those scum. Didn't think they'd blow that too. Their skills are all over the place. Hoarder's team was a lot tougher than I thought. If Babel didn't score them first, wouldn't be nice to get them for ourselves. Do we keep chasing? We don't know what's up ahead. Understood, General. We lost them? Split. Go east. I'll take the west.
Phew. These guys aren't easy marks. Duh, hide. Knock it off. You've been at it since the beginning. You're gonna go blind. Don't your eyes hurt? Of course they hurt, dumbass. But we have to find a way out.
I surrender!
Oh, what a nice clean slash. Did you see that? They're dressed up as mercs, but these aren't mercs. Cut the chatter. They don't even need to ambush us. They could could take us head-on in the ruins, we wouldn't be able to beat them. What are you thinking? Huh. Are you still spying on me at a time like this? No, I just haven't gone blind yet. You've got so many... Are those grenades? What are you doing? Are you gonna blow yourself up with them? A kill's a kill, no? Don't throw your life away for nothing. For what then? What's the point of living? What should I throw my life away for? Sarkas really are crazy. That's why I never trusted you. You're not crazy. Hey, W, wait! Come back!
Yep, found one. The one and only W. The way you've tossed those originium grenades around, and such big ones too, that's the kind of crazy that gets my blood pumping. How do you do it? All my friends incinerated in a flash, and you don't have a scratch on you.
What can I say? Practice makes perfect.
The general's gonna like you. Just lay it all out for me. What's babel got you doing? You can do a lot better somewhere else.
Why should you trust me? Why should I trust you?
Asking the right questions in the right order. Mercenaries are a tool of war. If we're gonna fight, we gotta have the right tools at hand.
Don't you think we're more expendable than that?
That's your call. We got another one hiding 17 meters out, 4 o'clock. The one with the scouting arts. You can think it over too. Put the sword away. You can't beat me. Welcome to Trido.
What do you want?
Yeah, this fits. We get W and Enos. You got maybe 20% of your people left. The scattered remnants can't do much.
What's that you're standing on?
Oh, this? It used to be a person. I guess it's hard to tell at this point. You get it now? We're not your regular mercenaries. We're not hitmen either. What if we do this? What if we do this? There's 2 of you, plus your leader. Only one of you 3 has to die. The other 2 bring back a head. I don't care whose. We pin all the losses on the head and take in the survivors. Not that it is my call, but we have to do something for our fallen men. Things could have gone a different way if we weren't meeting on the battlefield.
That's awful nice of you. Just my luck. I suck at fighting. I probably can't beat this ugly bitch. Now we're so honest all of a sudden. Yeah, so the only other choice is for us to team up and kill Horderer. Yep, Horderer.
So... Tell me, why do mercenaries insist on getting killed?
I'm not gonna stay on the side that's getting played. I'd much rather play with someone else's life. Plus, I'm really sick of listening to you. You're boring, and your shitty little attempt at a death game sucks. Oh, and my poor little lamb here, steadily going blind. She's not Sarkas. You noticed, right? You stepped right into her minefield.
You know how this will end. You've already lost.
Oh? I don't know about that one.
Are you really going? The land ship is right here.
Yes, I didn't expect them to spot it so soon. Did Intel blow this one?
At least we've got the mercenaries.
We put them in danger. They have no idea what's happening.
They're mercenaries. They live for this, and sooner or later, it will be our burden too.
I can save them. I can save some of the men who would die for our mistakes.
You're right, Theresa, but...
There isn't a single Sarkas, not a single person who should die for nothing.
Then I'm coming with you.
Good. Thank you. kal'tsit. Wow, reinforcements, huh? Who are they? There's a lot of them. Hey, you stay with me. Sorry, I'm just so sleepy. Since when do you know the word sorry? I had to watch you pass out last time. Now it's your turn. Come on, be a team player. I just need a little nap. 14, 15, still more. They're professionals. Look how they move. They know the battlefield even better than we do. Casdell.
Come in, someone. Going to save you.
Comes are back. What? What's this feeling? Someone's close.
Horror. Ines, where's W? What are your coordinates?
You lived in Casdell before the war, didn't you? There's something I have to ask.
Are you wounded? Catch your breath. Find a safe place to hide. The convoy is going to call in reinforcements for us.
Just listen to me, Horror.
Okay, I'm listening.
The King of Sarkas, the one who lost Casdell, Her Majesty. Is she a woman with white hair?
All right, this will do it for this very first part of this new narration series. Once again, sorry for that break, but when a freaking mosquito is literally in front of my nose buzzing and distracting the hell out of me, and I'm trying to swat him away without freaking swatting the mic. Ugh. But yeah, anyway. As I said, this will be it for the very first part of this narration series. Next big upload after this one will be the final part of the narration for episode 6 of the main story, and the next part for this should be then like 2 or 3 days after that one. So expect part 2 somewhere around next week, which will cover the stories for stage 3, 5, and 6. 4 does not have a story, therefore I have nothing to cover there, basically. So yeah. What can I say? Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for potentially liking the video. And obviously thank you all for potentially, as this video goes live, hopefully over 100 subs, which will be amazing. Hopefully I'm not calling it too soon. But yeah, thank you all very much. And I will see you in the next one. Hope you have a fantastic day, and bye-bye.